Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. WTF is Doctor Who, the Eternity Clock? Well, it's a Doctor Who game, as you might imagine. You got the little BBC logo there, so you know it's not fake. It is a puzzle platformer brought to you by Supermassive Games that have developed a few things, mostly for the BBC. They do a lot of licensed work. They did Walking with Dinosaurs, which probably none of you played, I would imagine. And they did a couple of things for PlayStation Network, as well as a level kit for Little Big Planet 2. And they originally brought this out on PlayStation Network back in May, and for some reason it's now appearing on Steam. It popped up late last month, and I'm like, a Doctor Who game. This is guaranteed not to be terrible, right? Well, we'll see. There were a lot of complaints about the original on the PSN because it was horribly buggy. So the question is, after a very lengthy porting process, have they fixed any of that? I guess we're about to find out. But it starts with the ability to control menus with a mouse, truly. You know, it's really sad that I get excited about that, but I actually do because it's so rare. And also a fully featured options menu, which is surprising. I don't really know what FXAA5 actually is. Like, 5 seems like a very arbitrary thing, but they have two kinds of AA, deferred and post, as well as anisotropic filtering and all sorts of really good stuff. Not sure why you need any of that, because it is a 2D game in the 2.5D platform style, but, oh, we'll take what we can get. I must attest before going into this that I'm not actually a Doctor Who fan. I really hate the new series. I liked the Christopher Eccleston reboot. I thought that was really good. For the most part, a little bit cheesy in places, and let's be honest, Billy Piper's character was damn irritating. But aside from that, it was alright, you know, it was pretty reasonable. And then, of course, it went to David Tennant and now Matt Smith, and the whole thing's just gone silly for me. The series is just chock full of Deus Ex Machina and absolutely ridiculous plot holes that really get on my nerves, as well as the annoying BBC problem, which is we don't quite have enough money to make this look really good, so it just looks absolutely awful. That's why they're really, really good at crime dramas and period dramas and really terrible at stuff like sci-fi for the most part. So the combination of bad script writing and cheesy special effects really puts me off it. I like the old stuff. I really love the old stuff. That's got a certain nice nostalgia to it. Retro theme. It worked pretty well back then. But I'm not really so sure about the new stuff, honestly. This is the occasional standout episode, like anything involving the Angels. But aside from that, no. Now, I don't think this game is going to make me like it anymore because it doesn't introduce you to anything at all. This is not a game designed for people that don't watch Doctor Who. I think that's blindingly obvious, so expect a lot of fan service. The question is the game any good? Well, you can change the puzzle difficulty. There's actually just traditional puzzles in this game rather than a lot of gimmicky puzzle platforming based on certain mechanics. And it's actually kind of refreshing to see a puzzle platform that just has straight-up puzzles in it. I don't know about you, but I've played so many puzzle platformers over the past 2 years that I'm quite frankly sick of it. It's because, oh, what wonderful little mechanic gimmick do you have this time around to justify the existence of your game? This time it's actually just straight-up puzzles for the most part. Alright, easy, medium, or hard. I will start on medium. I have no doubt that I'm going to get horribly stuck, and then I'll be able to turn it down to easy later on in the video. So, alright, we'll go with it. Now, Matt Smith does, in fact, provide voice acting for this, as well as this other character who... I have no idea who this is. I don't, because I don't watch the series, but I believe her name is Dr. Song. Alex Kingston, if I recall correctly. Who you should know if you used to watch ER back in the 90s. Was it the 90s? Yeah, it must have been. Or maybe early 2000. It saddens me that I can't remember. But yeah, Alex Kingston is a main character in this. And both Matt Smith and Alex Kingston do provide voice acting, as demonstrated by this. Anytime now. Hello?
Hello, sweetie.
What are you doing here? How did you find me?
Someone told me you needed my help.
It wasn't me, was it?
It was the other woman. What seems to be the problem this time?
Oh, nothing much. Stuck under the Bank of England while a time storm tears the universe to pieces. Just the usual Tuesday.
I love it when you're mystified.
I'm not mystified. I'm intrigued. Totally different.
Of course it is.
Help me get up here.
Alright, so as you can probably see, there is this kind of co-op mechanic going on here between these two. This is one player. There is a two-player mode that allows you to have your second player play the Doctor Song, or whatever her name is. So aside from that, you have to rely on the AI doing the right thing. Now, when this was released back in May on PSN, that was perhaps the biggest problem. It just flat out didn't work properly for the most part. Here, I don't really know yet because I've only really just started. So I guess in the next 20 minutes we'll find out as to whether or not the AI is any good. Doesn't appear to be glitching out as of yet. Seems to be working just fine. Also, animation quality is not too bad. It looks like it was really nicely motion captured, and in general, the... What do you do? No, you don't have to do that. It's just like, take me now, or not, as the case may be. But well, this is just silly. Alright. No, we need to do this, as you can see. So, the gameplay, for the most part, seems to consist of standalone puzzles, a lot of kind of pushing boxes around and turning levers, and this kind of co-op thing that's going on. No. But, no, I wanted to use that one. But, no. Fine, I'll go use this one then. Fair enough. She's obviously rather picky about that.
Quickly, before it closes again.
And then you just make a run, and that really is about it. So, it's a case of simply bypassing every obstacle in order to get to where you need to go, and it's very much a traditional puzzle platformer. You know, the style of almost kind of Prince of Persia-esque, but I mean, maybe that would be giving it too much credit. I mean, for what I've played of it so far, it seems competent in most areas. There's
We need to find a way past this steam.
there's very, very little about it that springs out to me as being absolutely excellent. Well, I guess I'm not going to be able to do anything with that, so let's head on back. Even the first level actually contained a fairly significant amount of backtracking, I noticed, and an awful lot of having to explore the level in order to find what exactly is going on. Which is fine, don't get me wrong, I'm not really complaining about that. What the heck, what is that? Well, as you can see, this is one of these standalone games I was talking about here. They give you instructions in the most obnoxiously orange way possible. It's like, you know what would make it really, really interesting if we blinded you while we were teaching you how to play the game. Set all the pressure gauges to green within the time limits. Use the directional keys or left stick. You can use a joypad with this as well. And press space to open the gates. This ender wants all gauges are green. Alright. Fine. That actually didn't really explain a lot at all. I guess that was the objective of the game. Alright, so that opens that opens that, this opens that, and I guess did we break that? I guess so. Let's open that. This one needs to be the right pressure. That should do it, right? There we go. I have no idea how I solved that, but I guess I solved it, so nice and easy. I've come across two other different puzzles so far. There's this hacking one whereby you have to draw a line from one side to the other using different symbols that join together. It was actually kind of fun. I liked it. And then I'm going the wrong direction, aren't I? And then there was a pretty basic puzzle which involved sliding things around in order to make an image. That was actually really annoying because multiple things moved when you moved a single disc, so the whole thing was damn infuriating. And I think I just involved essentially button bashing until I got the thing done. You can make the puzzles easier, although since the puzzles are pretty much the only thing which this game really has going for it gameplay-wise, aside from some fairly basic platforming, it's probably for the best that you don't actually do that. I'm not sure where my AI partner went. She seems to be nowhere in sight right now. Now, if you play as Dr. Song, she also has a sonic blaster that can be used to shoot enemies. Wow, that is derpy. Wow, alright. That is the derpiest platforming ever. Funnily enough, like, animation-wise, it's pretty bad. Like, some of it's obviously pretty well motion captured, but aside from that, when you're grabbing onto things, it looks a little bit weird. There was a section earlier that really freaked me out, whereby my character would just sort of hop into the air for no apparent reason upon being discovered. Oh, hello, Cybermen. That's a classic. I always liked the Cybermen. They were actually my favorite villain.
Storage units, they've been here some time.
Alright, let's head on down. But there are some really weird glitches every now and again in terms of the animation. But aside from that, like, the platforming actually works pretty well. Yeah, it looks glitchy, but it actually feels alright, surprisingly enough. Alright, let's do a little bit of sneaking around. There are collectibles everywhere. I have absolutely no idea what they do. I believe there's something in the menu that shows you the collectibles. I don't think I can do that. Oh, no, there we go. We can actually go and see what that's all about. The doctor's hats, and yes, a bunch of hats.
To all of you at home.
Can I wear it? Like, if I can't wear it, then what's the point in having the hats?
Scratchy, nice feather. Could be a bit
But,
floppy for the hair.
so there's 40 hats hidden here. Oh, wow. Remix potential. Okay, enough of that. But if I can't wear it, then what the hell's the point? It's like, come on, don't tease me with hats when I'm not able to wear them. Alright, let's do a little bit of sneaking. So the other aspect of this game is stealth. Now, the second tutorial level... It's alright, we're fine. Wow. They can see me, but not my partner. What's the point in that? Thankfully, some of the... This is pretty grim. Okay. I think I might be horribly dead here, actually. Oh, no. I can open this with the sonic screwdriver. There you go. So, I'm pretty sure I've seen this in, like, 5 different games. Didn't the original Mass Effect have something like this? And I know, obviously, I play a game like Waveform, and it's very much that. But you use that to unlock the doors, and... then you kind of sneak around, or you just run past, and... oh, wow, this is going to take a while. Unfortunately, you can't just shoot them. That would just be a little bit too easy. I mean, if I'm honest, so far I haven't seen that many glitches, and I'm hoping that they've just taken the opportunity to fix the damn things, because that was the main concern. These guys are rubbish. It's like, if only we were not in the background in this 2.5D game. If only, and then surely we would be able to successfully destroy our adversaries. But no, they're stuck in the background, so they can only harass me every now and again. Alright, anytime now. I'm still doing this. You wanna help? What is this? It's like, oh, I'm extending this thing. I have no idea what it does. Requires 1 character at each console. Okay, so I guess I have to go to the other console, and my AI partner's just going to stick around there. I can't remember where it was. I should have paid more attention. Alright, let's head down here. Stop shooting at me, God. There's a hat down there, but since I know I can't wear it, I'm not going to collect it out of spite. Ugh. There we go. Nope, this is a bad place to be, as it turns out. Wow, I tell you what, you know, they want to upgrade the humans, but they are really, really terrible shots. Okay. I'm gonna do that. I assume she's doing it over the other side. Yeah, she certainly appears to be, although the dial isn't actually moving, so who knows. Some kind of crazy future technology or some such. And it's kind of a hodgepodge of different game styles, and most of them it does adequately, but I wouldn't go as far as to say that it's good. And it's average at best, which is almost a compliment for licensed games, really. I didn't really expect it to be that great, and, you know, every now and again it surprises me. I feel that the whole thing is probably carried by the desire to hear Matt Smith voice act. And his lines are delivered really, really well, and they're actually well written. Some of them are genuinely funny, some of them are pretty sarcastic and nice, and it does reflect the eccentricities of the character pretty well. We're also talking about a $10 game here that will last you probably about 6 hours, and I suppose for a Doctor Who fan this might be a fairly attractive package because it could be a lot worse. I'm sure there was a Doctor Who game that was released for free by the BBC, and it was a point-and-click game. This was episodic some years ago, if I recall correctly, and it was mind-bogglingly awful. I'm pretty sure it was terrible, right? Yeah, I played the first episode and I just laughed at how bad it was. But this time around, I mean, it seems reasonable for what it is. It's just, it doesn't really go past being painfully mediocre, and is carried by the license. And I've got to say, lately we've had some pretty good licensed games, and I don't think that that's really enough anymore. A few years back, I would have celebrated the fact that the game actually worked, you know, and that it wasn't astonishingly awful in every possible respect. because licensed games have the tendency of doing that, especially when it comes to movies and definitely television series. I mean, when was the last good TV show game that you can remember? Think about it. I mean, there's been actually so many bad ones. The 24 game, The Shield. Every time they release a television show game, it seems to be unbelievably bad. But as it turns out, this is merely adequate. And for fan service, it's probably pretty good. Because, hey, it's a new Doctor Who story and you get to play your favorite characters. And this minigame is just bloody... And come on. Just... I mean, the mouse control for this is... It's glitchy, as you can see. It glitches out every now and again. It doesn't really act as smoothly as it should. It was obviously designed with controllers in mind, although I have to say that's the minority. The other puzzles that I've done with the mouse have actually been fine, and you can also aim with the mouse in the rare times that you actually get to shoot anything, so I guess that... Oh god. I think maybe they haven't fixed the AI. No, they have not fixed the AI all that well. She is, in fact, the worst at platforming. Thankfully, it doesn't really seem like you need your AI buddy with you, at least at the moment, although I'm probably about to come onto an area where I do. She seems to just teleport to you, and that's much, much more helpful, but I don't know, I can't see her, actually. Maybe... Oh, there she is. See? That seems to be their fix for the problem, is to just do that. The way that they do 2.5D is pretty cool as well. You come around corners, which I always like to see being used in 2.5D games. It gives that nice element of perspective to it. Ooh, we're getting cutscenes, alright.
Doctor, Cybermen.
Basically, run!
Cyber Squadron, advance. Secure the tunnel network. Seek out remaining humans for armor. Earth will fall to the Cybermen. You will be upgraded.
Time to leave. You know, the Cybermen don't seem anywhere near as threatening as they were previously. It's probably just their utter and complete incompetence, I think. Alright, what do we got here? Time to leave. I assume they can't climb ladders. That seems to be the standard weakness of pretty much every Doctor Who villain. Hold to activate. Alright. Oh, God. Okay, it's another one of these puzzles. So what on earth is this one all about? I think this is actually the same as the... Yeah, it pretty much is the same from what I can tell. Just gotta fill these in without breaking everything. That looks okay, right? No. No, that's not okay. Things are horribly burning out. No, that's supposed to go that way. This is going horribly wrong. This is barely even a puzzle. This seems to be more of a case of, oh, let's just bash everything and see how it works. Just randomly click buttons until everything operates the way that it should. Okay, that's that. Just need to fix that one, which... Oh, no. It's not going to happen. This one, no. That breaks that. This... I don't even know what comes from what here. Like, it's this pressure game again, but it's been applied to a slightly different coat of paint, and it just ends up being really, really weird as a... What? How was that wrong? Did I miss one? I guess I did. Come on, any time now would be good. Fills up that. There we go. Stage 1 of 2? Oh, God. Alright. There are some arguments, I think, that interrupting the action with these kind of just basic puzzles like this is annoying, but I personally find it refreshing. This is more of an old-school approach to puzzle platformers in that you don't integrate the puzzles directly into the mechanics outside of just pushing stuff around a little bit. I'm sure that was right. Apparently not. Well, that shuts down that. That's bad. That's right. There we go. Alright. That's probably one of the weaker puzzles, and I have a feeling this is... We've now seen it 2 times in the past 10 minutes. This is going to be pretty common. If there's not enough puzzle variety in the game, then obviously the game's not going to be all that great at all.
Needs to hold down the levers. The only way across the gaps is to help each other.
Alright.
Sit your pipes lowered, climb across.
Go on. Alright, hold down the lever and rely on the AI not to screw up. Alright, well, it seems to be doing it competently for the moment. Cyberman got 2... What? What? Oh my god. instant failure states. Apparently, you've got to do it at speed as well. Oh, this is wonderful. Just what I always wanted. Solving silly bloody... That wasn't even a case of solving puzzles. That was just a case of... Wow, and I've got to go all the way back here as well. Come on, AI partner. Get up here. Ugh. Wow, that's irritating as hell. Don't give me a puzzle game where it's time limited like that. That's just horrible. Alright. Do the puzzle again. Yay. Just what I always wanted. No, that one's broken. Are we good? No, we're not good. Alright. That's good, right? Apparently not. These things aren't lit up yet. Why is that? Okay, that one's on. Unlike that one. No, oh god, that one was off. Oh, I'm hoping it's just because I just kind of screwed around trying to figure out how to get the pipe down rather than this puzzle taking too long or something equally stupid. There we go. Alright. I certainly hope so anyway. Because that would have been horrible otherwise. It's still a horrible mechanic anyway. It shouldn't be there. I mean, don't freaking time limit the puzzles like that. Alright, AI partner, get over there. And don't screw up. You can see the Cybermen kind of moving in that direction. Come on. Anytime now. And hopefully they don't get too far ahead of us this time. They're already ahead of us. But I guess it should be fine. Oh, wow. It's reuse of the same bloody thing over and over again, isn't it? It's like, yeah, we get the idea. I think, honestly, they've probably done pretty much the best they could have done with the Doctor Who license. Doctor Who's actually a really, really bad license for anything other than puzzles and point and clicks, and the point and click was pretty terrible. The puzzle platformer is okay, although it's still weird. I mean, all this platforming nonsense, this is not really how Doctor Who ever went. It was mostly about coming up with ingenious solutions to things, and, well, you don't do that with pipe dream style mini-games. Not at all. Oh, it's the same solid thing again. I'm not going down there for the hat because I can't wear it. You've screwed me over too much, game. I refuse. Yeah, repeating the same task over and over again is certainly becoming rather tedious, although I am at least, you know, I'm seeing still glitchy AI, but it's not actually stopping me from playing the game, so I don't really care all that much. Come on. Come on. No, oh, come on, not another one. Seriously? Don't. Ah, God. Well, this could get rapidly annoying, and I wonder how far they've put me back here. As I did see some pretty dodgy stuff in terms of their checkpoints. Let's... Oh, really? Has it put me all the way back here? If I have to do that puzzle again, then I am just rage quitting at that point. I did notice in the earlier levels that the checkpoints were not exactly generous. Oh my... Oh, no. 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 That's it. I am done. I am straight up done. There is no way. That is a horrible checkpointing system. That is really terrible. Anyway. My conclusion on this title is they've tightened it up for the PC version for what I can tell. I haven't run into any bugs per se that have stopped me from progressing. The AI glitches out every now and again, but it doesn't seem to matter all that much because when they're supposed to do something important to make you advance, they're there to do it anyway. Okay, so the AI can't jump on platforms, disappears, and has to teleport to you. That's dodgy, but it doesn't get in the way of the actual gameplay. As regards to the gameplay itself, it is average across the board, really. The stealth is... Yeah, it's just basic, stupidly basic. It's a case of you sneak and then you pop into doorways when necessary, something that you've seen in quite a few 2D stealth action games. The shooting is abysmal. I mean, it's just a case of click on them and then they die. The puzzles are okay, but seeing the same puzzle more than once in a 10-minute period is really depressing. If you're going to use traditional puzzles, then you need a lot of variety in order to keep the game interesting, and it doesn't seem like they actually have a lot of that, based on my first impressions at any rate. Voice acting's really good, but unless you're a Doctor Who fan, I just don't see a reason to actually play this game. If you are a Doctor Who fan, then you could probably do worse. I mean, it is only a $10 game and your regional equivalent, so that's not awful. I've certainly seen an awful lot worse than that. And for 6 to 8 hours of Doctor Who-themed entertainment, that it's probably not going to piss you off that much, assuming that you don't fail the checkpoints, then that's okay for you. I mean, that might even be a case of where you just put the puzzles on easy and just breeze through the game to see the story and hear Matt's lines, and you might enjoy that. As for me, since I'm not a Doctor Who fan and the gameplay is just so painfully average, I have to say that I have no interest in continuing to play it. My name is TotalBiscuit. Take a look here at Doctor Who: The Eternity Clock, and I'll see you next time.